feet are wet with rain. You can sing your lullabies, ride on your horse and watch me cry, but I can't run like you. Stained glass walls plead my case. Coyote hides my face, and the girl next to me wants my soul. All my dollars, all my dimes slide away and I go blind. Don't stop me now, I'm on a roll. You can sing your lullabies, ride on your horse and watch me cry, but I can't run like you.
Hello, what? There we go.
Test.
Hello, and welcome. I'm not sure, let me stop that here. There we go. And welcome. Wait, we gotta switch to another thing here. Table talk. This is your job, Winnie. There we go. There we go. And welcome to the very first episode of the Paul Gubbins Show from the basement in 13 years. Yeah. The Inglorious Return. Oh, that's what that is. I've been wondering if there's something I want to say just to you. Do I say it like this?
You can. No one will know.
No one will know.
They can't read our lips.
Wait. Hold on. So that is me. That's me. That's you.
I'm just worried about my hair, honestly. Gotta make sure it looks good.
Okay. So, welcome. This is the Paul Gubbins Show from the basement. I think we may or may not have anybody watching.
May or may not matter.
May or may not matter. I have with me Ryan Waelde.
Here I am.
He's my guest co-host.
Thank you.
You know, I was afraid of this. You know, I've been thinking about this. But I thought once we start doing it, it'll be like I won't have any idea what we're doing here.
Well, we don't have any idea what we're doing to start, Paul, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And that's not a slight against you. It's just, that's kind of the way we like it, isn't it?
I think so. Well, we had a lot of pre-show talk over in the other room.
In the green room?
In the green room, and that was going pretty good. But it did sure die down when we got over here. So we have started. You can come in.
So, 2022, I think it's September 22nd is the day after Earth, Wind, and Fire Day.
Oh, it's the equinox.
It is the equinox here in an hour-ish. So, do you have special music for the equinox?
No, but I've been really excited about the equinox. It's just like a equinox. It's a thing.
It sure is.
Sure is a thing. Yeah. Man. So,
anyway, this is episode 1 of the Paul Gubbins Show from the basement.
So let's talk about what it is in the show. Let's just start, because we're starting from scratch. This is where I wanted to go. Starting from scratch. Brand new show, brand new, year every year. It's a brand new year.
It's a brand new decade for the Paul Gubbins Show.
And so, I think, what do we want to do? I'm doing things a little differently. I'm charging for this. And so there's been some sales. And I apologize to anybody that paid for something that thought that they were going to receive anything.
I'll get my T-shirt in the mail eventually.
And so, but I've been thinking, what is it? What do I want to do? And it just seemed like it'd be nice to. It's nice to have. I've been to reconnect with old friends. And most of them were on the show. And it's been fun to reconnect. That's part of it. Just like, kind of maybe I sort of want to start some kind of cult, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean everyone's doing that now.
Yeah, and so just like a cult of personality, where just everybody likes me so much. They're like, hey, that guy's great. Let's be on his radio show. It's starting. Here it's starting to happen. I got my keyboards out.
Yeah, I see that. Drum pad.
So I mean. What does it sound crazy? Is that the sort of thing that? What do you think, Ryan?
It's a vision, is what that is. It's a vision. It's not a crazy vision. It's just a vision. Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah. The radio show was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I listened to them a lot. That's probably weird that I did all these radio shows and I've been listening to them all these years. Nobody else has, just me. Well, but then, it's weird for everybody. Like, it's weird because that's what I know. Like, I just know my radio show. Everybody else has been living their lives. I've been, like, mowing, and working on stuff. But in my ear was my radio show.
You have inside jokes just for the radio show that no one gets.
Yeah. But then there's, like, they'd be on the radio show. I would be telling inside jokes on the radio show. And I think nobody else remembers that, probably but me. And I say a lot of things. Well, I thought there was something possibly. When you said possibly in one of the promos, when I said something about the show and you said possibly, I thought, he's making an inside joke.
Oh. Possibly.
Like, I was like, in episode 42, Ryan and we were talking about the possible $10,000 giveaway. Do you remember that?
No.
We'll be giving $10,000 away.
Earlier,
Possibly.
Asterisks. So I was recounting a story of how Chris Dickens was driving back from Louisville and he broke down and he called into the show to say he was broken down and needed a ride from the rollback. So I had to leave the co-hosting chair and go pick him up. It was good times.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's what I need to get all these clips cut up, and I really do think it'd be a good show for us to play the clips and talk about them because they're just, I only like really nice things. Like that's probably something maybe you didn't know about me. I have really good taste, so like I don't like
things in life.
Like I can't listen to a lot of music. I just don't like it, But what I do like, then it's like, oh, it's like Johnny Cash or something that everybody likes. That's good, So, but I like listening to my radio show. So I think, well, it must be good. And I don't know why I went there. Okay.
Do you have any sponsors for this program tonight?
Man, we used to do a lot of funny little bits. We had sponsors. His and Her Hummus.
I noticed a little green sticker on your mic XLR cord, and I thought, oh, very sponsored by.
No, that's so I'd get them back. Yeah, if we went somewhere and did a show. Okay, well, let me look at I got a whole list of things I put on my phone.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're sharing them with me now so I can be part of it.
Oh, this is good. This is why I didn't really want any listeners. I thought we could do a personal section where I take off my radio show hat. This is weird. Why would I say this? My radio show hat. Host. And put it on the person hat, and I answer personal questions. Now, who would think that was funny and worth writing down, But it's right there in my radio show bits folder, radio show bits. Can you see it? I can't see it. Life coaching. I could do some life coaching.
You could.
People People do that on YouTube all the time. I wrote that on there. People do that on YouTube.
That's true enough.
It is true.
If you do it quickly enough and with enough charisma, you could do it for TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about people by name that we know.
Well, that's great. We could
I don't know.
We could do that on the air instead of just doing it in the other room.
I don't know if I can do it. We'll see. I wrote a little poem. You want to hear my little poem I wrote?
Go ahead.
Radio waves, radiating radio waves over the cities and out in the country, radiating radio waves.
That's great.
Just a little poem.
Little poem.
Then the next thing I have on here just says chat delay confusion. And what that was about is in the original format of the show, we'd do a live stream and have a chat box, and the chat would be up to like 3 minutes behind the radio stream. So there was always a lot of confusion about who said what first, you know? And, you know, it just was like, it was just hard to, like, because you need to know something. Like, you need to know something from the audience. And you think, well, do I ask that now and wait for them to respond? Or should I have already asked it, you know, in the past? I mean, it's too late now.
It's too late. You're 3 minutes behind.
Yeah.
It could be 6 minutes behind by the time you have an answer. No one's going to wait that long.
Yeah. No one
But
will.
you have notes in your phone for the radio show. I have notes in my phone, not pertaining to the radio show, but pertaining to life that I occasionally write down and occasionally share with people. Do you want to hear some of the notes I have?
Please.
In my phone? Okay.
Please. That's the sort of thing you do on the radio.
Yeah, of course. Let's see here. So, July 25th, I don't know why, but I thought it was a good idea to write down this idea of a chicken fried bologna sandwich. Would you eat chicken fried bologna?
So you're breading the bologna.
Breading the
in a
bologna.
breadcrumb.
Probably like a flour egg wash.
Okay.
Like you would a chicken fried steak or...
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like that. Yeah. Do you deep fry it then?
I think you deep fry it. I wrote it down and then I Googled it. And after I Googled it, I realized that there's already a couple places in Indianapolis that sell them. But there's no one around here that does it. So it's my idea. Don't take it from me.
You just broadcast it out onto YouTube. And you know how many people are on YouTube?
2. Maybe 3.
We should look, see if anybody's actually.
You should look.
Look, see if there's any. Is there any chat?
Will Winnie help us with that?
We've had 12 views.
Well, that's great.
We've had 3 concurrent viewers. I mean, that could have just been you and me and my wife.
Well, I'm not on the chat.
How many concurrent viewers are there right now? 3 at
There's
this time.
3.
Why does it say 4 at the top? At the peak, maybe. So there's 3 people right now
That's great.
listening. So
You're almost to your previous record of 5.
well, how much more time do we have to fill? So like 52 minutes.
Well, okay. And just this has nothing to do with the radio program, but it also has to do with the weird things you think of and then decide you want to remember that you probably won't remember. Or you've forgotten in the past and you want to remember them for the future. Oh, and one of those notes that I wrote down was as a kid, you know, you'd play games like tag or whatever. A game where you had to, pardon me.
It's fine. No, you.
Yeah. Games where you had to find someone who's going to be it. You know, the star of the game who has to perform the actions. Not the fun part, but the bad part generally. And the different ways to count somebody, like to divvy up who's going to be it. Do you remember all those games? Like how the counting out.
Doing
with
the
hands.
thing with
Yeah.
Some of them. You know, we weren't that. We were eating cake with our hands most of the time.
Your silver spoon couldn't play all those games.
We just like compared silver spoons. It was what? But Christopher Dickens. Well, he's listening. Chris is on.
Well, that's
he
great.
paid for it. We owe him something.
I don't know him anything.
That's true.
But I mean,
say hi to Chris. So when he's doing the chat chatting. So that's who's on.
Good to hear from you, Chris.
Good to hear from you. Did you just pop on out of nowhere? We were just getting going, you know. We were just getting going, and then Chris shows up and sort of makes
Ruins
it all.
the show. Thanks. To hell with it.
Well, so okay, well, we'll just let that sit there
It's just
for a
like old
second.
times.
He could text me. If you want to text me, then I can get it over here. That's kind of far away over there. So
Anyway, so
okay.
the it thing is something I wrote down years ago, and I think about it from time to time about the games that you have to play.
Yeah.
And the different ways to count yourself out. But I don't know why I have to remember that, but it might come in handy one day. If I have to decide who's going to like maybe be pushed out in the cold because you're out of food, and like, well, one person has to, just go out of the house, and it's gonna be eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, you gotta go. Sorry, brother.
Now, when you did eeny, meeny, miny, mo, when you did that as a kid, were you always fair, or did you
I don't remember if I was. Probably. I wasn't a scheming counter. But I can recall, my sister would add on the extra, and you will be it, or you will not be it, and be able to count. So she would, never be it.
Yeah.
I can guarantee my sister was never it more than, very few times in her life. So, I was it a lot. Damn it. I was always it.
Yeah. Does Chris say anything else over there?
He's not saying anything to me.
He's not texting me. We should just wait for him.
Yeah, we'll just wait for Chris. Do you have any pause music while we wait for Chris?
Do you think the cover charge is distasteful?
I don't know if it is or not. I didn't pay.
I know. And really,
And it's worth every dollar.
but you wouldn't. You legitimately, you give me my bubble wrap,
Oh, I do. I supply you with bubble wrap.
and that's cost wise, I owe you. So
Probably.
you legitimately can find the secret link.
Oh, yeah.
That's for you. But Chris, I guess he felt like he owed me something.
My mother-in-law just chatted into me. She
Oh.
said that I look good. And it's a very strange conversation we're having.
Yeah,
That's great.
it is a strange. Well, we're all just. There we go. I'm going to speak directly now to the audience. We're all just learning how to interact with each other again.
Yeah,
Okay, that's all I got to say.
that's all you have to say. What else needs to be said, honestly?
Right. And we are all learning how to interact with each other again.
Yeah. That pandemic.
I don't know if you can say that. Can you say that?
Yeah.
Will they take down our video?
You can't see my shifty eyes, but it's the pandemic.
And so, yeah, we all have. It's a good time to start a cult because everybody's kind of rearranging, So I said, well, rearrange over here, or not a cult, a religion, or something.
Yeah.
Well, just a like a new, like a new way of, like a new.
New way of living your life.
Or just living our lives again,
No, well, I think everyone is living their life.
I know, it's just not me. I'm just trying to break back in somehow.
This is your way. Pandemic's over. Yeah.
Well, but I was out long before,
Yeah.
so that's just been like everybody else. I think they all got back before I. Says or
That was me.
it was you.
Yeah, I got beeped again.
Well, I'm not sure how the levels are.
I don't know. Can't hear. The levels in my headphones sound great.
Yeah. I think that probably the YouTube does some kind of compression.
Oh, I'm sure it's making us sound 10 times better than what we are.
I'm not sure how I like this microphone configuration. I might like. What do you think? What do we need ones that hang down from the ceiling?
I don't think.
Because we'll have $5 now, 10 or 15. We can buy new equipment.
Well, I mean, this foam is a little old. I could use a
It's
red foam.
probably deteriorating
It
and
is.
off gassing,
Yeah, it is.
into your lungs.
Yeah, I
and-
tasted a little bit of it.
Excuse me.
Oh, I wanted that.
There we go. Yeah, you'd hear on the radio. It'd say if you were a guest on the Paul Gubbins Show from the Basement between 2020 and 2024, then you can be involved in this class action lawsuit.
Oh man, I can't wait for that one. I like how the table resonates itself.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that Queen song later.
We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. That's great.
That's great.
Have you mentioned the fact that your daughter is the sound engineer on the show?
Yeah, but I don't think she's really done anything over there. Have you?
I haven't had to do anything.
I know, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nothing to do.
In case it's not known, Winnie Gubbins is the sound engineer on the program, and doing a mighty fine job, even if she's not doing anything.
You just doxed her.
I doxed? What's doxed mean? I don't even know what doxed means.
You give out somebody's personal information.
Oh, I apologize. Was that not supposed to be given out?
Well, no, you wouldn't think of it. I only know it because the kids are so sensitive about this stuff.
Well,
but you didn't give out any information. You didn't give out any information that people couldn't easily ascertain from the title of the show.
I mean, they paid $5.
They paid $5. They should know.
They should know that she's the engineer.
I know. I'm just teasing.
I apologize for doxing you.
I'm just over-representing childish position.
You are not it.
Okay. Let me see what I had on my list after that.
Paul, I know you're going to play some music at some point.
Yeah.
Is that
What's
point?
the noise?
I don't know.
Oh, here.
So,
Sorry.
who were you wanting to talk about, by the way?
I don't know. It's like...
Have you gone through your old episodes and written down all the different co-hosts you've had or guests you've had on the radio program? Do you know everyone?
I could probably go through it.
Would it be more than a list of more than 20 people?
Let's see. People who were there with me. Not that we had some pop-ins every now and then, once or twice. Maybe just once, we had pop-ins where we had like Laura Harris.
Keep thinking.
John Barry.
When's the last time
Some
you
other
saw John
people
Barry?
like that. But well, no, I'm following something here.
Oh, okay. You keep following.
So we had some pop-ins, but then there were just those people who were the guest co-hosts. So that would be you. It would be Steve Cefalo, Heath Dill, Chris Dickens. There were a lot. Scott was there one time. Jim and Bonnie. I think that was about it. Jake Fuller. Kyle Kellogg. Did you ever hear that episode?
No.
That was a pretty good episode. That's where the phrase, "I am familiar with your format," comes from Kyle Kellogg. I am familiar with your format. It was like the third episode, and he had seen the first two. And so he was considered to be the foremost expert on my show.
I could see that.
And that's what when he first was on, and I was like talking, I was doing this, what I'm doing for this whole show, and he was like, "I am familiar with your format," and that became one of those inside jokes throughout the show, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's strange to me that people are not as familiar with the show as what I am.
Well, the problem I have is I haven't listened to the programs in 13 years. I've listened to 2 or 3 programs maybe 3 months ago when you told me you were putting them all online again. And so I listened to a couple, I streamed a couple, and they were funny. And that made me laugh, and it made me remember some funny things. And then I thought, I need to listen to more. And then
Do you listen to music, or do you listen to?
I listen to music every day, like all day long.
But like in your when you're doing stuff, so you wait all the time,
constantly listening to music all day long at work. I listen to music from 6 a.m.
Yeah.
till 3:30 when I leave. I'm streaming music, but in the car,
But the radio shows, I mean, it's just that's what I listen to
Yeah.
instead of streaming other things.
Instead of streaming music or streaming
I
podcasts, you
stream my
your own
own
stuff.
music. I listen to my own music. I listen to my own music. I listen to my own radio shows. I listen to there's one particular FON album that I listen to that I love, and then I've got my album specifically that I came out right after FON's, and they get played next to each other sometimes, and I'm like, that I was just like I was copying stuff right off of FON, Freaks of Nature.
Yeah.
No.
Did you ever see them play?
No.
No.
My older brother did, I think, I remember he had a poster. He had a tape. But yeah, and then I also have some tapes that some friend of mine found in a storage unit of an old lady singing in a nursing home. I listened to that. And some old gospel record stuff, but mostly it's just my own music. And it is, there's a whole, when everybody's like sick of, all the stuff that is easy to listen to.
When you
They
want
want
to
something more
that's hard to
challenging.
listen to,
Yeah,
you
something-
got to really tune in to Paul Gubbins,
Something a little bit more challenging than they
the
can.
Rock and Roll Patrol.
I just feel like I hear
It could be the chair. Is it me squeaking around?
I don't know. It may just be like picking up another radio show happening.
No, I doubt. I doubt that.
Yeah.
So back to John Barry.
Back to John Barry.
To keep this ball rolling.
So the idea was to look at like who is looking at the stuff,
Who you've interacted with
and then
socially.
so that we can go back and we can play clips from this, and then like we can be like, and then John Barry said, and then we'll cut it right there. So if you want to find out what John Barry said, you have to pay $5.
No one's paying $5 for what John Barry said.
John Barry might be like,
No, he won't. He doesn't
like,
care.
it would be funny. Like it would be at least be funny if we just kept harassing everybody in this manner. That's kind of my dream, is what I'm talking about.
Your dream is to harass people
In
about
that-
their past.
In that manner, yeah. Do you remember when John Barry and Chris Dickens did like spy stuff?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was recruited. Were you ever recruited?
No.
I was kind of recruited. I think I was sort of like I was recruited, and then it wasn't going on anymore, and I was like, did I just get kicked out?
I remember one time, this wasn't the spy stuff, this is pre-spy stuff, but everyone went, we were on Main Street, and then I think Chris pulled out, Chris or John, it's probably John, pulled out like a cap gun and was pretending to shoot people, and other people had pulled out cap guns and were pretending to shoot each other in downtown Evansville.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
That's not socially acceptable. But I thought, we got away with some stuff that we probably, as being goofy and having fun, we got away with some weird, wacky stuff. But I mean, not being dangerous by any means. Not like people are scaling the sides of buildings.
Well,
that
people
climb
were scaling the sides of buildings.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was. What was neat when we were kids downtown was just totally dead.
Yeah.
It was one place that you could go and you wouldn't see anybody.
Especially on the weekend.
Police wouldn't. There would be no police anywhere. They would not bother you. And you could stay out all night long, just hanging out outside in really cool background. You could do that both in downtown Newburgh and in downtown Evansville.
Never hung out in downtown Newburgh.
I did a few
That
times, but I was there in the town,
Yeah. You just walked outside.
Just
you're in
walked
downtown.
outside. That's how. That's how it worked.
You were looking for that. You smelled the cake, and you just had to go outside and find it. You knew it was being given out door to door. That's
Yeah.
Newburgh's way.
So we were onto something there. We were really going in a conversation, and
Oh, well,
we got
yeah.
distracted. What was it? What
We were
talking about?
discussing digging into the archives and bringing up things from the past that you could then monetize.
Oh, we're down to 2 viewers now. We lost somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
wow.
blame him?
Oh, we've had up to 4.
Up to 4. That's great.
Yeah, people are wishing they.
Hey, my dad's calling me. Yeah.
Do you want to talk to him?
Yeah, that's okay. I'll call him back in a little bit. He'll last to the equinox.
Are you is this like a we'll start getting calls because
Start
the world's going to end at the equinox and people start figuring it out.
Do you remember my dad's nickname?
Wolfhead?
Wolfhead. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like if the world's going to end, it's going to end right on an equinox or a solstice.
I thought it was going to be the millennium.
Well, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
it would be on a most likely.
My
I would
wife
say-
mentioned today that I think 6 planets are in retrograde currently. So, if things aren't working out for the radio program,
maybe.
you know why.
But I'm wondering though if this will still be one. Are we down to just one?
Again, do
Oh,
you
what
blame
we
him?
got? Well, it says 1 down here and 3 up there.
Don't know.
Do you know, Winnie? Okay.
It could be the different format. I don't know. It could be
Maybe it's just the way rounding differences.
surrounding differences.
Probably.
Yeah.
So this is will be interesting to know, to listen and see if this radio program like comes off well.
It probably won't sound the best. It probably might not even make the top 10 of this year.
We always would say that though, and then when we'd listen to it, it'd be like, well, no, that really is like art.
What we we lack in editing abilities. We make up for in giggling.
You think so? I think awkward pauses are fine.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt anybody.
And we're having some actual awkward conversation, like we're getting in places and we're like, what? What are you talking
I
about?
don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. But I was going to mention earlier, when was the last time you saw John Barry?
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago.
Less than a year ago.
About a year ago. I saw
But it was
him-
unusual.
unusual circumstances.
Well, just unusual to see him. It just was like, yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time. Man, you look bad.
Is that what he said to you?
I did not say that to John. I wouldn't hurt him like that.
There's no reason to. He looks great. I ran into him. I went to Nashville for a concert, and I can't remember who I saw. Oh, I went and saw Dinosaur Jr. with my wife and Todd Huffman. And we met John at a brewery and had a beer beforehand. So anytime I go to Nashville with Todd Huffman, we get to see John. That's guaranteed. You have the combination though. You have to have Todd Huffman to have John Barry.
Yeah. Well,
For me,
so like if you just go by yourself, you wouldn't be able to see
he
him.
wouldn't see me.
Yeah. You gotta have
a better reason than Ryan Waelde to see Ryan Waelde. You gotta have a Todd Huffman with you in your pocket.
What if John Barry would see me?
I'm sure he would see you.
You think so? I've never asked him to see me before. I've never.
Do you drive to Nashville very often?
I did when we were teenagers. I think I called one time and was like, "Hey, John, you want to hang out?" And he was like, "No." It's like, "Was your brother Nick home?"
No. Sorry.
Okay.
What about your dad? Can I hang out with Tom? Yeah, you can. Tom redid my bathroom once. It was a beautiful restoration.
It was a beautiful restoration.
Yes,
I
sir.
thought you were combining two words. I thought you were combining the word beautiful and frustration.
Beautiful frustration.
It's a frustration.
Beautiful frustration.
But no, you were actually saying
No, it was a beautiful restoration of my bathroom. It was a renovation restoration, and he did a great job. So that's a nice plug. I'm not sure if he still works, but he could still be doing construction. I don't know.
I don't think he's doing a lot of construction. I see him every now and then at a garage sale.
Yeah,
Yeah, just every now and then.
that's kind of how I see you.
But if I see him twice, like I don't talk to him the second time. It's like that.
Yeah.
is funny. There's okay. Maybe. We down to 0 yet? Have we lost them all? We got 4. Back up to 4.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm pushing them away, and they just keep coming back.
Maybe it's John Barry here. We're talking about him. It worked, Paul. It worked.
Yeah.
That's the damnedest scheme ever.
Yeah, I don't know what my plan is really. So.
I heard you were going to open a boba tea shop here on First Avenue. Is that true? No, next to the gas station.
Boba teas.
You're going to open boba teas.
What's boba teas?
Boba. Boba tea.
What's boba?
The little.
Do you know what boba is?
Yeah.
The little gelatin balls that are in
Oh.
tea. Boba.
Yeah, I've seen. I think somebody smashed them one time. Little worms came out.
No.
That was something else.
Something else.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a bucket of worms.
Who let the worms out?
That's a great idea. I think you should do that.
So we could talk about Chris Dickens, but one of the things about my old radio show was that it seemed like I was always running down Chris Dickens. Right?
Who was more the butt of the joke?
You or Chris
Me
Dickens?
or Chris Dickens? It was probably me. And I should have been offended that you asked me to be your co-host, but I thought, he loves me.
Hey, he waved.
Great.
He waved.
You can always call Chris Dickens and then hang up on him.
I could, but I don't know. He's in Hawaii.
Oh, they speak a different language there?
Well, I don't
It's not
know.
international calling.
What if a non-English speaker answers the phone?
What if he doesn't answer your call?
What if he doesn't answer my call? What if he's having fun? What? What did he say?
What did he say? He's interacting.
I want to hear these clips.
Oh.
Well, okay, so
Maybe next time. $5.
well, maybe it would be fun to play the clips. I do think it'd be a good thing to do, a show where we listen to clips and talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what we'll do next
The
time.
Best of Paul Gubbins, episode 2.
Yeah. So Chris really gets a say in this because he's financing. And then I guess if Mackenzie and
No, it's not Mackenzie. It's
Kinsey.
There you go.
I was saying I was calling her my Kinsey.
Oh, okay.
Mackenzie. If Mackenzie. So if they pay, then they can. I guess they can say what they want, and I just have to do it, whatever they say, and then I'll have vision.
No, your
Kristen.
shareholders tell you what to do.
I guess.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Should I play some music? Would that be weird?
No, why don't you play some music? I haven't heard you play in a while.
I mean, have you ever really heard me play?
Yes, I've heard you play multiple times.
Like just in person?
In person.
Where? At a show? Church?
Here. Church. Many times at church. Here.
It didn't seem like I'd play a lot on my shows. What do you say? He's babysitting an ATM. What kind of criminal behavior is that? Like, he's like,
Don't know.
he's like scoping it out.
He's scoping it out. Is that spy stuff?
He's framing it. What do they say? He's casing it.
casing it.
He's babysitting an ATM.
At the moment.
Okay, well. So clip show.
You can put that in your notes.
Oh yeah.
Good idea.
Maybe I should finish up my notes here too.
You finish your notes up, and then you can pick up that Stella.
Okay, yeah. I forgot to tune it earlier, but that's okay.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Okay, so I was thinking this earlier, but now I don't think like this anymore. Now that
No.
we're actually doing the show, it says, "I could do this for a living. How hard could it be?"
Well, people do this for a living. They do. They honestly do.
But why would anybody? Like, why not just sit around with your own friends and talk? Why plug in? Why plug in? You know,
Why not plug in?
maybe because nobody has any friends anymore.
I don't know.
Okay.
The older you get, the less friends you have.
Well, they all die.
They do die.
They do die.
So, on a serious note, last year, my high school, like middle school, early high school best friend passed away. And it was a real strange thing because I hadn't lost anyone that close that I was that close with in high school. Obviously, we have lost people that we were friends with younger, but it just seems strange. And now it doesn't seem like I think there's a spider on me. It doesn't seem like you have that many friends as you did when you're younger. They just aren't there anymore.
That's true. Yeah, unless I guess that means that you're not you've gotten worse at making friends throughout your life.
Probably.
Because if you got better at doing it, and if it's what you're out trying to do, you'd probably have more friends.
You'd be a cult leader.
That's what I'm going for. What does he say? Feel free to play. Well, I don't really have any way to cue anything up. I will play some of your new songs next time. I don't have any. I just don't have. Where do I put this? I plug it into here. You know.
You just put the phone in front of the speaker or in the microphone.
What does he say? If you're hurting, he thinks we're hurting for content. He thinks we're hurting for content. We could do this all day.
I mean, we could just sit here and talk. And honestly, the joke was the program's better before we start broadcasting. When we're just sitting talking, it's just great because we can have a conversation that doesn't have to be heard by anyone to be enjoyable to listen to.
So the next thing on my list, it says Blizzard programming. And what I thought was, Winnie brought home a Blizzard, and she was kind of like, she didn't really know what it was. It was just on the menu. She just ordered a Blizzard. And like as soon as I saw it, like every Blizzard commercial I'd ever heard ran through my head.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what a Blizzard was. I thought, wow, that really stuck. That's just all. That's all.
What kind of Blizzard did you have?
Those are Reese's, 'cause I just said some randomly.
Reese's, she said. She's not really on mic over there.
You know, and for those who don't know, pre-pandemic, you could take any candy you wanted, any mix-in you wanted to a Dairy Queen, and they would make a Blizzard out of that item. You could bring in whatever. You could bring in Nerds candy, and they'd put it in the Blizzard for you, and they'd blend it up.
Could you bring in edible gold?
I'm certain you could.
Could you bring like meat?
I don't know.
Meat.
You could probably get a hot dog blended up.
Hot dog.
I don't like that.
Okay, so
Well, we should ask Jim Fuller.
it's true.
He probably still works there.
Let's ask him. Jim?
Yes.
Okay, so the next thing just says, the cult I want to start. I thought these things were enough for me to remember what I was thinking about. I don't remember. The next one just says, like a radio preacher. The last thing says, Ryan is my bubble wrap guy.
I am your bubble wrap guy.
And I thought that was a radio show.
So the people that don't know, I supply Paul with bubble wrap. And that's not a euphemism for anything. It's a really bubble wrap. Air cushions. It's raps about boba tea. So, but anyway, so through my work, I'm able to recycle bubble wrap and pass it forward to someone who could use it instead of just throwing it in the trash.
So one thing somebody did ask me about my radio show was if there would be a campfire.
What? If there was a campfire?
If there would be a campfire.
I mean,
And I said, when I told him, I said, well, it's going to be an indoor event.
yeah.
And my 12-year-old child's going to be at the soundboard. I said, but if you show up smelling like campfire, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, it's a Paul Gubbins radio show from the basement. I mean, who has a campfire in their basement?
Well, I think it was a euphemism, like the bubble wrap. Yeah, it was a euphemism.
Oh, euphemism. Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And then then it was like we were, on Facebook, you got the little laughy emojis. So we're laughing, and then Steve Shelton came and laughed at it too. I was like, Steve, laughing at jokes like that.
Mushroom farmer.
Careful. Okay. Careful.
Careful. Don't bring up.
Careful.
Don't bring up mushroom farm.
Okay. So those, but it's like, it's 7:45. It's almost time. It's almost time.
It's time for you to play your guitar.
Okay. Yeah. So you gotta carry the show for me.
I can carry the show while you pick up your guitar.
Carry it.
I'm carrying it. I'm carrying as far as I can, Paul. I'm carrying as far as I can. I'll make sure that you're gonna be in the camera zone. So.
Oh yeah.
I'll make sure you're in the frame.
So, and then you got to get back in the frame yourself. You know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I'm a little out of frame here.
Okay, I don't have that.
Okay. Well, we're resetting. Reset. Here we go. I believe that. Okay. I'm not certain why half of my screen is black and gray.
Well, because it's not on screen.
Well, I can understand that. So I get a little slice.
Yeah.
A little slice of the screen.
I don't know why I have those keyboards and stuff up for
It's
you.
okay.
But you could. I mean, if you.
I mean, I could play along with the tabletop if you want percussion, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
It's a little. It's like we're doing something. And there you are. You're my guy.
I'm your intro guy.
Is it too much? You
It's a
think?
little hot. It's a little hot.
Okay, but this is a little hot too up here. I think they're just hot. Maybe they should come down a little bit instead of backing off. But it's kind of like it's in my. I think you're a little cold, but am I hot burning it?
No, I think it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
It's just,
we're good. Got my program from the CIA. Came in, got me, and we went away. I don't remember all those painful nights. Just Bill Cosby and the tunnel lights. Came in, got me, I was just a little kid. Filled me full and then they closed the lid. Every now and then my head explodes. Now I see strange creatures on a desert road. Then I fall back asleep. Now I'm captured by the FBI. Run my program and the bullets fly. I know they control my thoughts when they go on TV and talk a lot. All my comrades, they're not triggered yet, 'cause they were programmed by the TV set. These young kids, they won't blow their minds till the equinox at the end of time. Then fall back asleep. Been to the moon and I've been to Mars. Prayed in their churches, drank in their bars. My memory, it is dark and faint, so I sketch it out in MS Paint. Who will lead us to the great beyond? Pleiadians or Orion? Will we find lost Agartha out beyond Antarctica, or fall back asleep? It is a little weird with you being right there reacting, isn't it?
Am I reacting poorly?
I don't know, but is it weird?
No.
I think it's okay. It's going okay. One more verse of this, and that's all for that. First the program was the monarch slaves. Next to program the US of A. Next to program the whole human race. If we crash the program, we can leave this place. First they program with the TV set. Next they program with the internet. Beta testing on election day. Soon they roll it out all the way and we all fall asleep. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's pretty
Relevant.
good. Yeah.
It's from 2018. It's even like 4 years old. I started watching YouTube videos about conspiracy theories, and I was like, "Oh, this stuff."
Yeah. It's topical.
Topical, like ointment.
It's a healing salve.
Here we go. That's that voice.
The voice that Scott Bishop wanted to hear. This one goes out to Scott Bishop.
This is a local song. I cannot verify that anything in it is true. What?
Chris Dickens said sounds great.
He's true.
E. Michael Burke was a criminal child. By the age of 10 years, he ran wild. Locked up in asylum at the age of 16. St. Joseph, Missouri, a sigh of relief. Doctors dig to determine his criminal power, the origin story for why he went sour. With Bavarian science, his mind it is torn. And E. Michael Burke is completely reborn. God bless the Germans, God bless the Jews, God bless the newsman that reads us the news. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And sometimes you walk in another man's shoes. They gave E. Michael Burke a story to tell. For the rest of his life he remembered it well. A man of high standing, quick-witted and keen. But no history at all for the age of 16. Within 10 years after the war, Albert Hogini, he opened the door, and E. Michael Burke of the Ringling Brothers telegraph out their government orders. I don't know for certain, I heard it from friends, that Albert Hogini was a company man, and E. Michael Burke a hero at war and a CIA plant at the Ringling Brothers. What these men were up to, why should I care? Always an acrobat, never an heir. But what if there's someone who works to this day like Albert Hogini for the CIA? Perhaps he works part-time, perhaps from home. Maybe an old man sad and alone, out in the open, under the veil, 65 years in Evansville. Here are his code words so you know who he is. Nazareth, Gargamel, Polar Express. All of these children are groomed to this day to be secretly handled by the CIA. That makes some bold claims, none of which are
And who wrote that?
I did. That's my song.
You wrote that?
Yeah, it's
Great.
about the Hot Genie Dance Academy. I guess. It'd be like a commercial for them. I do think they wouldn't like that. Right? What time is it? How close are we to the
Paul, it's currently 7:54. We have 10 minutes before the equinox.
before the end of the world?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
How many concurrent listenerships? 4 or 3.
You add them together and you have 7. So we possibly have 4 or 3. It's definitely
Can you
4.
grab me? There's a pick right on that serving tray over there. Yeah.
Brown? The brown pick or yellow pick?
There are 2?
There's
Okay.
also a couple finger picks.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chris just said 1-year-old nephew was singing along.
that's nice. That's weird. I don't know that I believe that. Should I do it? So this is the finale, probably. Maybe not. But I should maybe start getting like dancing for people. I think that's
Like a monkey. Gotta get in with it, boy.
here comes Wood. Here comes. Here comes Woody Guthrie down through Tennessee to sell all good people on electricity. Oh, hey, Woody Guthrie, I wrote you a song about a funny new world that's coming along. It'll be quite confusing for the man on the street when the old-time song and dance man and the Palladians meet. Way up in the heavens in a marvelous display, all souls on earth find salvation in that day. I'm doing it in too low of a key, I think, and I sound like I'm like Johnny Cash.
Well, go for it. Keep on going.
Abraham Lincoln is a hell of a guy. Got himself murdered trying to bridge a great divide. Down through the ages, John F. Kennedy promised he would splinter it into a million pieces. When a man talks like that, you must blow his brains away. And all souls on earth find salvation in that day. Jesus is a spirit, and his spirit came and went. Jesus made the whole wide world all brand new again. But the reason we can't see it is Johannes Gutenberg. Every page he printed with the devil's words. You may not share my vision, you may see things your own way. All souls on earth find salvation in this day. I had a vision and the vision thrilled my soul. Jesus in a crimson tie and with a crown of gold, he stands before the people in full authority, and he shows us all how you defeat the enemy. He takes our slings and arrows, he wipes our tears away. All souls on earth find salvation in that day. Wanted to have like a cheering sound effect. I thought about that at the beginning too, doing like a big fanfare with like crowd noises, and I could come in.
There's something about a song that has crowd reaction in it that makes me want to listen to it more.
Well, I used to go through and edit it in And like make things sound like live recordings, but like
No song I've ever performed had clapping or cheering. The best comment I ever received in the band that me and Brian were in together.
Maybe
back in
you
the
and me
days.
and Brandon Owen and Scott Dunnigan should start a band together.
What would it be called?
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh God, I don't know.
That'd be a good name right there.
Oh God, I don't know.
It could be a
My
Well,
wife.
you know what? Wait, hold on. You gotta let me do my joke. I just can't get to it. It could be a George Burns tribute band. Oh God, I don't know.
You devil. My wife sent me a flyer for a show during the fall festival. Someone's playing at the local barbershop that I go to. And I thought, well, that's great. What's the name of the band? Like, the hours are listed 6 to midnight. The band's name is 6 to midnight. They're playing at 7. Blew my mind.
What is the other band? Was their name The Hours Are Listed?
They're called $5 at the door.
You know, so I was billed one time at the Evansville Folk Festival, 95, maybe 6, 97, maybe 95, 6. And they asked me to perform because I'm a local folk hero, you know. I mean, I'm somebody.
You're somebody.
And so they were like, we need to get Paul Gubbins down here. And they did. And then so I got my little schedule from them, and it said what time I was playing. And it had said next to me, and I was listed as guitar and comedy. And that was the first time I was like, oh, people think I'm funny. Like, I didn't know. I was being real serious up to that point. I was like, you know. Yeah.
I didn't know I was being funny.
Yeah.
That was the worst day of my life.
So, yeah, that was. Okay, what are we doing? Is it
Solstice in 2 minutes.
2 minutes? I should have a solstice song, but I don't. That's the solstice, it's the equinox.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, it's the equinox. I did the equinox song. Okay, so I think we made it through the show. We did not turn on the keyboards.
No.
We need to do clips. Is the song thing working out, you think?
Yeah, it sounds great.
We'll do clips. I'll get some clips for next time. We talked about John Barry an awful lot.
Not enough.
Not enough. I said some insulting things to him about him, didn't I? Or somebody, or Chris. Somebody, right? I insulted
we
somebody.
could insult other people, though.
Yeah. Is that okay to do that on the radio show?
Only if you're friends with them in real life. If you call out somebody you don't really associate with and you insult them, then it might just be an insult.
There's one time on one of the old radio shows where you can hear in the back talk. No, you can hear the off mic talk of me making sure that me and Bonnie are okay. like I said, I'm sorry, like that got out of hand.
And it wasn't okay.
Well, it was fine. Yeah, everybody was a good sport, you know, except Chris. You know,
Except
sometimes
Chris.
he'd get sore.
Yeah.
There's one episode
I could get
called
sore.
in which Chris is in a really bad mood, and it's one of the very first, like 3 or 4, maybe less than 10.
Were you still broadcasting from the basement
Yeah.
at that time?
And we may not have even been streaming live. We may have just been recording it. But he was in a bad mood, and he kept denying it. But it's
I'm not in a bad mood.
okay.
Equinox.
It's time.
It's time. I feel so equaled. Did the world end?
See, that's what it is.
Is it?
It's playing on the computer, I think. That's one of the listeners. The computer's been listening the whole time. We just lost a listener retroactively.
Yeah.
We did lose a listener. There's still only 3 listeners now.
And I did a 4-listener show.
Oh, there's 4 again.
Oh, but it's on
Well,
the... Okay, so...
all in all, I think it was a successful show.
I feel like I
Knocked
made
the
a
cobwebs
fool out of
off.
myself, you know? Like I just made a fool of myself. right here for the entire world to
Paul
view
Gubbins,
on YouTube.
you are the damnedest fool I ever did meet.
Well, I guess that's true.
No, it's not true. But I think, honestly, we knocked the cobwebs off. It's been a long time. No, we didn't get to the keyboards and the drum machine. That's okay. There's always next time. Or the time after that.
Okay.
Because this is only the first episode.
So you'd be up for this again,
Yeah, certainly.
even if in another week. Even is that too tight? If we did another
I
show?
have Thursday evenings open currently. So
Okay.
I can you get a hold of me and we'll see. I don't know. I might be in a bad mood. That won't stop me.
Okay.
No, honestly, it's just like I said many times. This is like just hanging out and talking to you and having a good time.
What's the best? It's actually the best way for me to hang out and talk. It's like get the attention.
This is your only way to hang out with people and talk.
Well, I have the microphone, and I can turn other people's microphones down if I need to. I can control.
You can control the conversation with microphone knobs.
I can make people be in the chat. I can say, no, you have to pay $5 and just be in the chat. I'm going to have my friend Ryan Waelde up here instead, trying to make my other friends jealous.
Yeah, well, my wife still paid to be here. She paid to listen to this.
Well, she paid to see you. That's nice.
She can see me all day for free. She paid to listen to me talk about her.
Sit there and be openly gray.
I'm openly gray. Oh, hell. He's one of those grays.
I always thought gray just meant that it was a shade of
You know
between
what I
white
do-
and black.
You know what I don't like? The fact that this is spelled gray with an A. Because I'm a gray with an E person.
Which is the first American.
I don't know. They're both considered acceptable spellings of the color. But I'm a Grey guy.
Now, I had a friend named Sam Gray. And I don't know how he spelled his name.
What kind of a friend were you?
I remember he spelled it S-A-M. Okay. So, I mean, we're gonna just getting, see this, just starting to get going. This is what you got to look forward to for next week, possibly.
Yeah.
We'll do some clips if I have time. You know, I got stuff to
Edit some
do.
clips.
You know.
Well, obviously you're a working man. You have things to do, but it's an idea that could be worked upon sometime. Okay.
So, I don't have any outgoing music prepared. I guess this is time for Winnie's one job is to shut us down.
She hangs up on the show.
She hangs up on the show. Are we ready to hang up on the show? Are you ready?
I'm ready to be hung up on.
I'm ready to hang the show up. Hang it up.